On what is a windswept Wednesday afternoon that thankfully has more sun than clouds, we welcome you to South Putnam High School, just outside of Greencastle, for this county, conference, and softball rivalry. North Putt and South Putt, presented by Endeavor Communications here on the ISC Sports Network. Alongside Chris Walker, my name is Greg Rakestraw. It is good to be with you, buddy. It is good for the first of our many broadcasts we'll have together over the course of the next 3 or 4 months. And it's always great when you've got two rival teams that appear to be pretty evenly matched today.
No, I hear you. I'm looking forward to watching North Putnam swing the bats a little bit. Their averages look really stout at 419 as a team average. Let's see if the South Putnam Eagles can slow them down a little bit today.
Got to go one county further south.
That's
now
right.
You got it.
That's
with
right.
that. North Putt and South Putt again. North Putt checks in at 6-3 on the season. South Putnam at 4-5. Let's show you the batting lineup for the visitors from North Putnam. And to my partner's point, they are absolutely tearing the cover off the softball. Cougars are batting .419 so far on the season. That is also the batting average for the leadoff hitter in Ashley Weir, the center fielder. In terms of runs batted in, Kendall Brewer, the first baseman, batting fifth, leads her team with 14. And 3 different players for the Cougars have hit a home run so far on this young season. Sabrina Leonard is in the circle to start things off for the That's going to be J.C. Jackson actually is going to be in the circle to start things off for South Putnam. She and Leonard both have kind of handled the pitching duties for this South Putnam team so far this season. It is a South Putnam team that has 11 players in uniform. Again, pitching numbers have been a bit inflated so far for the Eagles. Their hitting numbers have been very solid as well. Wind is blowing out. You get where we're going with this. Expect to see some runs on the board. First pitch, bunt placed down. Jackson could not get there in time, and Weir has a leadoff single to get us going here at South Putnam High School.
Really good bunt there, good speed by Ashley Weir. Legs out a single, gets on base for her team.
Here's Samantha Hoops. Hoops is the left fielder for North Putnam. We saw her taking some cuts right before the game to stay loose. Runner takes off. Throw down to shortstop, not in time. And before I could tell you that North Putnam averages 6 stolen bases a game, they have won literally 60 seconds into the contest.
Yeah, they're not shy about stealing bases. They get on base and they like to run. They're very, very aggressive.
Now will they do the same at third, or is Hoops going to put one down to put a runner in scoring position? No, she's swinging away, and this one is sprayed foul. The count quickly at 0-2.
Got 2 now.
Hoops batting .281 this year, does have a home run, has 9 runs batted in. In total for this North Putnam squad, they have 5 players in the batting lineup that bat .400 or better. This one back our general direction. And the count goes, or remains rather, at 0-2. My partner and I are out in the elements today.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
trying to go golf voice with my voice that cuts through walls as best I can. Distract anybody at home plate. Off-speed pitch will move the runner over. Second baseman makes the play, fires over to first. Productive out that time by Hoops, and there's one away.
Really good team at bat there by Samantha Hoops with 2 strikes, giving herself up, hitting the ball to the right side so she can get Ashley Weir over to third base. Very good at bat there.
Take a look from our camera angle down the first base line. Thanks to our tremendous camera crew today. Thanks to Alan Hughes and Rob Lynch, the work they did in making this broadcast possible from a technical standpoint. Off-speed pitch that Kincaid lays off of. Count at 1-0.
Good job there by Will to keep that ball in front, not letting it get to the backstop so Ashley Weir could potentially score there.
First today's game presented by our friends at Endeavor Communications. WeEndeavor.com always has more information. This one tails inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Here's Kincaid batting .516.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. That's territory you and I never sniffed in baseball, put it that way.
No, sir.
You and I played longer than most folks did. That's in for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. My partner played Big Ten baseball at Purdue. I just happen to be the conference MVP of my high school league. So
Nothing wrong with that.
And the older we get, the better we were.
That's right.
2-1 pitch, ground ball, should score a run. Second baseman has a chance to make a play. Flying down the line, out is recorded, but it is an RBI ground out, and North Putnam has a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, another good at-bat there by Grace Kincaid. I mean, she hits the ball hard, but the pitcher deflects it over to the second baseman, and she was able to make the out there, but that's driving a run for the first run of the game.
By the way, our bases umpire did go over to Jackson to make sure, hey, are you okay? And she said, yeah, I'm fine. It's going to take a moment to relace it.
There you go.
So Emma Williams now, the catcher. She's batting .517. That's also good. Jackson's effort sails high.
Back-to-back hitters over 500.
How do you feel if you're the pitcher batting .522 and you're batting 7th?
Crazy.
What do you got to do?
No kidding.
Williams has 7 runs batted in this year. Hit this one hard. That is a fair ball. Third baseman makes the play, tosses over to first, and the inning is over. So the leadoff bunt single, the stolen base, and a pair of productive ground balls lead to an opening run for the Cougars of North Putnam. They lead South Putnam, their county and conference rivals, by a score of 1-0. Let's now bring you the batting lineup. We'll keep it right here for the South Putnam Eagles. Chloe Pastelli will lead things off for the Eagles, the shortstop. Danae Klein will bat second. She is the third baseman. Ariel Dooley is the left fielder. She will bat third. Sabrina Leonard, and again, we have her as the pitcher. That's my mistake there. She's going to be the first baseman today, batting fourth, and her average also good, .647 on the season. Clara Pastelli, second baseman, bats fifth. Pitcher J.C. Jackson will bat sixth. Jocelyn Pilcher is the center fielder, batting seventh. Faith Will is the catcher, batting eighth, and Peyton Freeman in right field will bat ninth. Pitcher today for North Putnam will be Carissa Miller. They have used 3 different hurlers over the course of the season, have North Putnam. She has pitched the fewest innings of that group so far. She is 2-1 in 4 appearances. She's thrown 10 innings total. She has walked 3, and she has struck out 9 on the course of the season. And again, don't be surprised if we see kind of multiple pitchers in this game. The batting average catches your attention for North Putnam. Pitching numbers are good, not great. ERA just a little under 4 in that area. Usually the great teams in softball see the ERA kind of under 2, but you know, if you hit the way North Putnam has been, you can win some games with an ERA in the 3s and 4s.
Yeah, I mean, you can give up 3 or 4 runs a game when your team batting average is .419. That's just really impressive. Like we said, we saw early in the first inning, back-to-back hitters with averages over 500. That's just crazy. So I'm really excited to see this matchup today.
And again, we're 10 games into the season. From a weeks of the season standpoint, you're at about week 4 at this juncture. Amazingly, the pairing show for softball and baseball is 2 weeks from this Sunday. Now, that's a little bit earlier to kind of get out of the way of graduations and knowing you got a schedule around graduations and also avoiding the Mother's Day holiday. So the baseball, softball pairing shows are a bit earlier than other sports, but still catches your attention, does it not?
It really does. It just shows you how the high school baseball and softball season seem to get here and they're gone as soon as you blink an eye. So, you know, you got to really enjoy the games that you have and try to get as many games in as you can with the weather we get, because the season's gone before you know it.
Love that look from center field. Henry Tegler on that camera for us, thanks to he, Eldon Wheeler, Becca Kelly, Rob Lynch, Dennis Glover, Alan Hughes, and Sean Walker, our broadcast crew behind the scenes today. Pastelli watches Miller's off-speed pitch sail away. 1-0 the count. And again, we're seeing a couple of different seasons depending on whether the clouds are out or not right now. It feels warm when the sun is out. It is a bit chilly when it is not.
Yeah, the wind's blowing. You look at that center field flag blowing straight out. It's got a good, strong breeze.
These are 2 teams that have not hit a great amount of home runs this year, a combined total of 5. Pastelli puts that on the ground. It's going to be trouble for the shortstop, and there's no way to make a play there. Both teams an infield single to lead the game off. Pastelli batting 136, gets a leadoff single.
Well, that's going to help her average right there. Just perfectly placed hit. She hits it in the 5-6 hole, and the shortstop, Willis, just can't quite get there, and it's nothing you can do about it.
And it's tough enough in baseball. In this sport, it is next to impossible to make that play from that spot.
With 60-foot bases and these ladies can really run, there's just no chance.
Here's Danae Klein, batting .467. A couple of doubles on the season and a run batted in. A little flare, could be trouble. Shortstop makes the play, but again, nothing you can do.
Absolutely nothing you can do there. Just like you said, I think Danae Klein hit that ball kind of off the end of the bat, flitted over the pitcher's head, and you just can't get there in time to get it out.
You couldn't throw a couple of darts better than South Putnam has thrown to start this inning.
No kidding. Putting some pressure on Carissa Miller early here.
So here's Ariel Dooley, the left fielder. 4 runs batted in, batting .421. 2 doubles on the season. So Eagles trying to claw right back after the Cougars got 1 in their half of the first. Liner, left field, base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. Station-to-station baseball, but clearly that was the hardest hit of the 3 so far by the home team.
Good swing there by Ariel Dooley, and just like you said, it keeps the line moving. Now you got bases loaded, no outs here in the bottom of the first. Now, these are these situations in games where when you're the offensive team, when you're the team with bases loaded with no outs, you want to be greedy. 1 or 2 runs is just not good enough in these situations.
And here's Sabrina Leonard. Through the first 6 games, batting .647.
I'm sorry, folks. All you can do is laugh at that.
5 runs batted in and 3 doubles. Off-speed pitch catches the corner. 0-1 the count.
It's a good take there by Sabrina Leonard. Really good pitch by Carissa Miller, but as a hitter, there's not going to be much you can do with that pitch.
You have to swing on that one until there's 2 strikes.
That's right. Absolutely.
The pitcher looks at that wristband for the signal. Now delivers towards home. Literally just a little bit lower, a little bit further off the zone. Pastelli.
Whoa, little aggressive tag there at third base.
Do we want to show our age? We don't reference Ken Herbeck and Ron Gann
there
on
you
that
go.
play.
There you go. Twins Braves, baby.
It's only 31 years ago.
Are you kidding me?
We're that old, brother. Pastelli got knocked off the bag by Schmitz that time. Obviously, she was safe and no further activity needed. 1-1 the count. Curveball tails away again. They throw behind Pastelli.
Tell you what, Williams behind the plate likes to show that arm off. She's not afraid to.
Count it 2-1.
Big pitch right here, Greg.
Just inside, and another good take.
Now, if you're Ariel Dooley here, if you're Sabrina Leonard, you're looking for a pitch in one spot that you can really get your barrel to, and really you're trying to shoot for a gap right here, and that's what you need.
Taking a while to go through the signs in the dugout. That's the delay that you're seeing, and then everybody looks at the wristband to know what's coming.
And normally that's a way to kind of speed up the game, and it seemed like it's taking longer.
Off speed, and you hate walking and run, but when a batter's batting .647, I'm not sure that's not maybe one of the better results you could have from the North Putnam perspective.
I actually tend to agree with that, right? Because one swing in the back can be a lot more damaging.
That's a Bonds level bases loaded walk right there. So a walk with 3 hits to go around it, and South Putnam has quickly tied the game at 1. Here's Clara Pastelli. Batting a .125 through the first 6 games. 3 runs scored. I would expect you would see Miller be a little more aggressive here to the 5-hitter. I'm not sure that one was in the zone, but Pastelli was chasing it.
Pastelli looked to be way out in front of that pitch. I'm not sure if that was a changeup or not, but it had a little movement on it. See if she can lock in here and drive a ball into the outfield.
Just off the corner. Again, they'll throw back. This time it is Klein that is the runner at third. Which catcher of our generation you want to reference in terms of always throwing behind the runners?
I was just
Benito
thinking of that.
Santiago
There you
is
go.
what is
there you
hitting
go.
me.
And from the knee, so a lot of similarities.
Fouled back. And there's going to be a couple of balls in play for you and I today.
I think you're right.
1-2 the count.
Gonna have our head on the swivel tonight, sir.
We're located about 20, 25 feet behind home plate. You can see us, obviously, from the center field camera angle.
Ooh.
They'll throw behind the runner at first. And able to get back in time is Leonard. And the count now 2-2.
Still a really good situation for South Putnam here to tack on some more runs. You want to be greedy in this situation.
Off speed that misses low. And the count runs full at 3-2.
And especially with a team that hits the ball like North Putnam does, because you never know when they're going to explode. So you need to take advantage when you have these opportunities.
Head on it. Hit the barrel.
Payoff pitch, and Pistelli chased one. That was going to be out of the zone. That would have been ball 4. So that's the first out recorded by North Putnam.
Big strikeout there by Carissa Miller.
Here's J.C. Jackson. We're seeing her play as a freshman last year. We had a great come-from-behind victory for the Eagles at Monrovia about this time a year ago. J.C. hitting .312 on the season, and that might have been Miller's best pitch of the game right there.
I would agree. Seems like she's really starting to get locked in right now.
So the count at 0-1. That one never had a chance. This is as low of a broadcast location as we'll have all year, so we have a good track on those pitches, and we can kind of see them as the hitter's seeing them out of the hand.
Absolutely. I actually really like the view that we have for this game.
Sky high pop up, and again, the wind could cause this one trouble, but second baseman makes the play, and not far enough for the runner at third to try to tag it in advance. Great play by the second baseman. Stacks, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, that is, Ashlyn Stacks really did a great job of turning and running and getting out to that position, because that ball, that should have been a lot of trouble. She's able to get back, drop her head, make the play, and then keep the runner at third base. So that's a really good play.
Jocelyn Pilcher, the center fielder now. So pivotal moment in this game if North Putnam can limit the damage to 1. Tails away. And that ball was thrown to third base and it slipped out of Williams' hand.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if it slipped out of her hand or almost like hit the batter. She's trying to make that throw to third. I think it slipped. That's where you heard somebody say, hey, that's a live ball, go get it.
Third base coach, you can see him screaming, yelling live ball.
So count 1-0. Pilcher batting .375, has an RBI. Swing and a miss. Could not guess the timing on that one. It's a pretty young South Putnam team. They've only got 2 seniors on their active roster. Fortunately, a third young lady in Workman dealing with a foot injury. Hopefully we see her back at some point in time later this year. Just off the corner. Catcher tried to frame that as best she could, 2-1.
She really did, and that's a really good pitch, though, by Carissa Miller. She is really trying that outside corner.
Take a look at it here. Good call.
Just a great call.
2-1. Rise the riser. Again, they throw down behind the play. That's Klein.
I'm noticing just the softball games that we've done together, Greg, I think the softball umpires behind the plate are really good at what they do. They don't seem to miss very many calls.
Ball needs to find the zone here. Does not. Ball 4, that's a walk, and South Putnam jumps in front. So both runs have come on bases loaded walks. Those count as RBI just the same. Pilcher picks up 1. So the number 8 hitter, catcher and Faith will come up. Faith batting just under 300 on the season. Does have a home run and 2 runs batted in as well. Sails out of the zone, 1-0 the count. Good to hear a little bit of that. We're hearing the code from on the signal call from the North Putnam dugout. You're hearing Coach talk to his player at third base and instructing his young ladies in the dugout to his right. This is EA Sports. You are in the game today.
Really good field Mike's going today, Greg. Hear all the action. So young ladies, please watch your language in those dugouts.
I've heard nothing untoward.
That's right.
So far. 1-2 the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes. You got it. Let's go. Believe in yourself.
I didn't get the beat.
Foul ball. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Hey. Here comes to what you want, right? Keep fouling those off.
Well, we thought this would be a game that would have some offense to it. Clearly that has been the case so far.
Seeing some early.
Two and two.
See if South Putnam, see if the Eagles can put an even more crooked number on the board here. I still think you need to be greedy and try to get more than 2.
Well, given what North Putnam has been hitting so far this year, absolutely.
Yep.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. That's what I have. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
So full count actually is called.
Umpire takes control, lets everyone know what the count is.
Well, his count wasn't matching the scoreboard count.
The base umpire has 2-2.
The scoreboard had 2 and 2, and
okay.
Frankly, our opinion is secondary, but
that's right.
It's 2 and 2. Yep.
All right.
But well done by he asked for
Absolutely.
help. Base umpire keeps it as well for that reason.
Absolutely.
Well done. Foul ball, 2 and 2. Job 1 is to get it right.
That's correct.
You arrived at that conclusion.
One of these days we're going to see a game where they go back to the TV crew and get the count correct, Greg. You know that? We're going to see it.
Swing and a miss. I'll tell you a story about that in a different sport when we come back from this short timeout. 2 runs for South Putnam, but they do leave the bases loaded. Still Eagles lead by 1 after the opening inning of this county and conference rivalry. Presented by Endeavor. You're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video.
Watch your
gaming,
graphic, by the way.
Music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
A little delay because the last batter at the plate was the catcher in Will, and again, you get the courtesy runner in terms of once you get to the base paths, but if you make the last out, it's going to take a while to get the gear back on. So you were talking about, at some point you'll have an umpiring crew somewhere kind of look towards the booth and ask for a potential count. Well, we had that in a basketball game on ISC this year where it didn't happen. But literally, and I'm not going to say which game because it might kind of give away as to who that was. Hello up there in the lift. Thanks to our friends at McAllister's down the third baseline. But it kind of had an official just, look at me very nonchalantly and kind of asked for a time. In other words, they wanted to put time back on the clock.
Gotcha.
I kind of waited till nobody was looking and kind of flashed a couple of fingers at him to say, hey, this is what it's supposed to be. Because, again, they simply want to get it right.
Get it right. If you have the ability to do so, do it.
But that is not legal, and I hope no one at the IHSAA is listening right now to the broadcast because you're not supposed to do that, but we got it right.
There you go.
41.
So 5, 6, and 7. Here's Kendall Brewer, the first baseman, batting a crisp .464 on the season. 14 runs batted in. Gets a stitch count on that one, 2-0 the count.
Snap it off.
Kendall appears to be way up in that batter's box.
The one chance that we had to watch North Putnam last year was kind of a non-competitive game, so we saw what they could do, but this is a much better barometer as to level of competition. That misses, and the count goes to 3-0.
3 balls, no strikes.
An infield single, stolen base, and 3 ground balls added up to a run
131.
in the last inning. You would think a take sign's coming here.
Maybe
you'd
not.
be wrong.
That ball smoked.
There's a good reason there wasn't a take sign
That's
there.
Right.
3-0, she was sitting dead red. Now, It got to the fence so fast, she is limited to a single. But you and I were just having this conversation off the air about scenarios where should you be swinging at 3-0 or not. If you're hitting 464.
And you're hitting the 5-hole, it's still a power position, so I understand it, right?
You're getting a green light.
That's right.
344.
Here's Briley Schmitz, the third baseman.
Hey, let's roll it over.
7 runs batted in so far this year for her. This one hops past the catcher, but Brewer wasn't going.
Third base coach is not happy with Kendall Brewer right there. He really wanted her to advance to second base on that. And I don't blame him because that ball not only did it hit the backside, but it kind of bounced to the first base side as well. So you got to get to second base on that.
That one misses. 2-0 the count.
Good pitch there by Jackson. Just missed low out of the zone.
This is a North Putnam team that swept Vigo County the first 2 days this week, beating Terre Haute North 16-12. Beat West Vigo 6-5 yesterday. That's in for a strike. 2-1 the count.
Come on now. See, believe in yourself. Have confidence.
Briley's got her sweatshirt on. We can't see her number, even though she's number 12.
A throw behind the runner at first base. That one sailed out of the zone on the pitch. It's now 3-1. Again, you're trying to kind of play catch up on the schedule in terms of making up games, and you don't have to worry about taxing the pitching staff as much in softball as you do baseball.
Correct.
I bring that up because as this ground ball, they'll get the lead runner at second. No chance to turn 2, but they do get the out there. So Brewer retired. 4-6. Schmitz at a fielder's choice. There's one down. But to finish my thought, North Putnam scheduled to play tomorrow against Danville and Friday against Park Heritage.
There you go.
They are playing this week like it's their job.
Well, like you said, when in softball you use that same pitcher a lot of the times. It's totally different than baseball in that regard.
North Putnam has used 3 pitchers in 9 games. South Putnam has used 2 so far this year.
I want to go back to that last fielder's choice, and we talked about it earlier. Kendall Brewer not advancing to second base on that pass ball keeps that force play intact, and so now they get the lead runner off the base.
So here's the pitcher in Miller. That one crossed up Will.
Got 2 now.
Count 2-0.
That's all in here. Okay? That's where it's at. Find that snap spot and hit it. Let's go.
Outfield straight away
52.
and deep. There is all kind of room in left center right now.
No kidding.
This one hit third baseman. Tried to go to second, but second base of the throw beat the second baseman to the bag. And because of that, nobody's out.
I think you would award that an E5.
I just feel that as a fielder's choice. It really wasn't an error. She just kind of made the wrong decision.
Gotcha. Okay.
Allowed her to go to second. Because in other words, if she throws the ball to first, you have an out at first.
Yep.
There really wasn't an error made. But I have my own made-up rules for scoring anyway, so I may not be the person to officially ask. Here's Willis, the shortstop. Watches that one go by for a ball. 464 batter on the season, a home run and 6 runs batted in.
Really good average, batting in the 8-hole, but you can see the first pitch, Kyla was attempting to bunt, so she's looking to kind of get the ball down and move those runners up.
Swinging away this time.
Oh, just missed us.
Off the 18 van, that's number 1. Off the production truck today.
1-1.
Pretty soon BA is going to start talking about pitying fools coming out of that van if it keeps getting hit by foul balls today.
The Mr. T startup kit.
1-1 the count. If you haven't seen the ISC Sports Network production van, it does have a bit of an A-team feel to it.
It sure does.
Well,
it sure does.
2-1 the count.
For those old enough to remember what that is.
Well, thankfully they made a movie about it 15 years ago that helped expand that range there.
That's right.
Ground ball. Ooh. Foul ball. Ooh. Just turned foul. So everybody goes back to their bases. The count now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Thank you.
Take a look here, and that's the right call.
Just foul.
2.
So $90 a dozen and a jump. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Let's go, 1-7 right here. Go 1-7. Win this battle.
Off speed, misses high. And
It's all right. Small jump.
count goes to full at 3-2.
Another big situation here. Jackson's got to make a pitch.
113, come on. Win it. It's a battle here. Win it.
You got this one. Come on, babe. 1-7.
Ground ball, short stop, short way, not inside. Not inside. So again, a couple of infield decisions that just go the wrong way for South Putnam. And again, at that spot, that is tough to get it out in any bag.
It really is. Bang, bang play there at third base. Ooh.
Close.
Close, really close play. Could have gone either way. Bases loaded here, 1 out.
0-2-4.
Here's Stacks, the second baseman. Made the fine defensive play last inning. That just cut back across the corner of the plate.
Look at her. Okay. Look at her. 134.
Wind really whipping out towards right center field right now.
Yes, it is.
Late decision to swing. And the count goes to 0-2.
You know, Greg, I was just noticing there's no lights on this field.
No.
And I bet you if they had lights, you'd probably have them on right now.
Yep.
425.
Your coach calling out 425 on that card, on the band they're all wearing.
Ground ball goes foul. 0-2 the count. Yeah, baseball and softball do not have lights, and football behind us has a few light stanchions that might buy you a little time if you need to. Or help you find your car on the way out, one of the two.
Not 2 yet.
Count remains 0-2.
142.
But you and I will do a college softball tournament up in a couple of weeks at a facility that also doesn't have lights. Sky high pop-up. Infield fly is called, and rightly so, with the bases loaded. So the batter's going to be out regardless. The catch is made by the shortstop. And there's 2 away.
Yeah, that infield fly rule is runners on first, second, and third less than 2 outs, and that is in play to kind of prevent teams from intentionally dropping the ball and turning a double or triple play, whatever the situation is.
Here's Weir. Bunt base hit last time up, stole a base, came around to score. Now in a run-producing scenario. 1 home run and 5 runs batted in.
255.
And again, she could put one down here again, too. Just going to read the third baseman and make that decision. And nowhere to go in terms of putting her on base, and the count now 2-0.
Really like Ashley Weir's approach. She keeps her nose right down there on the baseball, watches it all the way in.
Hey, take deep breath, relax, come on. 042.
Right here, 1-7.
3-0.
3-0.
Contact now.
Again, we saw a 1-3-0 knock already this inning. Even as good as Weir is, I think, at this position.
Pitches, here we go.
Gonna be a take sign.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Likely a take. Could be wrong. Let's see. That's ball 4. Doesn't matter. So, an RBI walk, and we're tied at 2. Quick meeting of the minds here in the circle.
You know, both pitchers really struggling with their command here early. Couple of walks each, putting runners on base. So we'll see. Actually, I think just 1 walk, right, so far?
In this inning, yes.
Yes.
Yep. They just had some bad luck in terms of plays in the field.
That's right. Couple fielders' choices.
Right.
Some tough decisions. It happens.
And the call at third was very close.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Hoops. Ground ball to second base last time up. He is the 7th batter to the plate this inning for North Putnam. Ground ball, foul ball.
Third baseman Klein went down to field the ball, went right through the 5-hole, and she lost her mask as well.
Yeah, of note, all infielders on both teams wearing the face protection.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, I would assume at some schools it may almost be like an insurance, say, hey, you're going to wear this.
Absolutely.
Don't know that's the case with either of these two schools, but
Right.
kind of 1-1. Almost like once you get to college, you know, it's mandatory the offensive linemen are wearing knee braces for that exact reason.
There you go.
154.
And outfielder straight away. 1-1 pitch. It's in for a strike. And the Eagles 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam.
Yes, they are. It's a really good pitch there by Jackson.
Eagles left them loaded to end the bottom of the first. They're trying to do the same to the Cougars here in the top of the second.
Right.
Come on.
Foul tip back in the mid.
Oh, wow.
That is the end of the inning. A well-timed first strikeout for Jackson. So North Putnam gets one back. Eagles come to bat when we come back. Presented by Endeavor. You're watching high school softball here on the ISC Sports Network.
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building from Orange.
Joya waits. Waddell finishes. And lays it in.
There is right now the
Nice
play of the game.
boom.
Better finish. We might see that on plays of the week.
Great
Speed. The finish. Spin. Win. 3. Bury it in the lane. No. Gun. Yes. Stop. Whoa. What a play. Flying in.
Look inside the North Putnam dugout. Cougars looking for their 3rd win in as many days this week. 3 losses so far for North Putnam. Only one of those has come in Western Indiana Conference play. That was to Greencastle. Coming up this time through for the Eagles, 9-1-2. Freeman and Chloe Pastelli and Danae Klein. Those two both had infield singles and scored last time up.
Yes, they did.
I want to thank Coach Burgess and folks here at South Putnam High School for being such gracious hosts to us today. Dalton Field, our location.
Start us here. Stay hot.
You can look up the hill, and as I have jokingly called it, the confluence of U.S. Highways 40 and 231. The intersection of note for South Putnam High School. Miller's offering sales out of the zone, 1-0 the count.
Yeah, she's just really, most of her misses have come right off the outside corner there.
Same spot, but hit the very upper reaches of the zone, 1-1 the count. Freeman batting .300 in the season, hasn't a run batted in. Ground ball, shortstop Fields, fires and gets her by a step. Well done, 1 down.
Really good arm there by the shortstop Willis on that play.
Here's Pastelli. Pastelli, an infield single. Ball hit to the left of the shortstop in her first plate appearance. Scored her first run of the day.
So, Greg, I have to ask you, did you mark that down in your scorebook, or is that just off of your memory?
Marked out on my scorebook, sir.
There you go.
Learned how to score a baseball game from my mom,
Interesting.
who taught me. Yep. She would always take a scorebook with her when I grew up watching Louisville Redbirds games back in the day.
Are they the Louisville Bats now?
Correct.
Okay. Huh.
Count at 2-0.
Be ready for yours. Head down on it. Line drive.
And then before I played 4 years of high school baseball, I was the team statistician in the 7th and 8th grade.
There you go.
Count goes to 3-0.
It's amazing how many of our high school baseball players right now don't know how
Have
to
no
keep
clue.
score.
Yep.
None at all.
And I'm sure there are things, again, on an official book that I don't do properly, but I can relay facts in a broadcast. That's all
right.
I'm looking for.
There you go.
Taken all the way was Pastelli. That's in for a strike. Count it 3-1. See how aggressive Pastelli is here. It's a good pitch to hit, and knocks into center field. Miller found a lot of the plate. You don't blame her on 3-1, and Pastelli has a second base hit in as many tries.
2 for 2 on the day for the leadoff hitter, Chloe Pastelli.
Here comes Klein. Klein hit a little flare between the pitcher and second baseman. Worked her way into a base hit and a run score. That is the third hit, make it fourth hit, excuse me, so far for the Eagles. This could be 5. Third base makes a great play. And
oh, wow.
Does get the lead runner at second. Another close play. This one goes the way of the visiting team, and there's 2 down and runner on first.
That is a tremendous play by Schmitz there. Diving kind of from a knee and threw a bullet to the second baseman here, Stacks. Just really well done, and that's the right call. I think that's a really good job there. Bang, bang.
Yep.
Just out.
Sails away. So Dooley, of the 3 hits last inning, had the best contact of those 3. This one a cue shot that will trickle foul, and the count goes to 1-1. Miller trying to put a 0 on the board for the first time for either team in this game.
I was just going to say, it looks like Miller's starting to get dialed in a little bit, throwing a lot more strikes this inning.
Kidd just got the edge of the bat on that one.
One ball.
The count goes to 1-2.
She still seems to be really working that outside corner.
By the way, off camera, you could hear what Coach Southwood was saying, saying, hey, you're hitting the ball back in the zone. Make contact in front of the plate.
There you go.
Don't let the pitch get so far.
That's right.
Not in, but to the plate on you.
That's right.
And with that, reaches out and smacks it. Just happens to hit it directly at the second baseman.
That's right.
That Stacks, and the inning is over. So it's a 0 on the board, and we are tied it through 2 as you are watching high school softball presented by Endeavor Communications here on the ISC Sports Network.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
So on to the top of the third inning we go. Kincaid, Williams, and Brewer, a trio of North Putnam players due up this time through. Jackson on for her third inning of work. Get alongside Chris Walker. Greg Rakestraw with you here on ISC. Chris and I back together again on Monday for our next Endeavor broadcast. We knock on wood, weather permitting. A little baseball at Monrovia as they play host to Owen Valley. Coverage begins at 5, weather permitting, on the ISC Sports Network.
Greg, Mother Nature has not been very friendly this early spring, sir.
No. And if you look at the grass here, the grass is fantastic here, far better than the Rakestraw household in terms of the lushness of the carpet. But I was actually in Terre Haute yesterday and kind of made this notation, and you see the same thing here. The grass recognizes it's April. The trees do not.
Correct.
I mean, it looks like November.
That's right.
You look at the trees right now.
I just noticed that.
Count goes to 1-1 as Kincaid hit it hard off the pitcher, deflected to the second baseman, and was retired as an out, but that knocked in a run, so she got an RBI.
That ball was crushed.
Yeah, her 8th of the season, her first at bat. And smacks this one too, and that could be extra bases. Williams makes the turn. Williams heads for second. Throw not in time. It is a double, and that's Kincaid. I said Williams, excuse me, that's Kincaid on the double.
That is really nicely done there by Grace Kincaid. Gets a ball on the outside part of the plate, drives in the right center field gap, and right out of the box she was thinking double. That's the only reason she made it safely to second base, because she came out of the box hustling. Really like to see that kind of softball being played.
So on her first at bat, Kincaid picks up her 13th RBI of the season. Now she picks up an extra base hit. So here's Williams. Williams, a hard hit ball to third base her last time up. That one slipped out of the hand of the pitcher, and no delay in advancing the extra 60 feet for Kincaid on the wild pitch.
Yeah, really nothing that Will could do on that one. That one just came out of the hands, came out really high. Will got a glove on it, but just couldn't catch it. Runner advances to third base.
Now, corner infielders are in, which not surprising. Runner at third and nobody out. Middle infielders, just a little irregular depth. And some, if the play's to second or shortstop, I'm curious if the play can be made at home. We'll find out. Kind of 2-0. Will stays in front of that one, but Jackson works from behind, now at 3-0.
Can't be all that fun for Klein over at third base playing in with the big four hitter up, you know, making one smoked right at you.
Swinging at 3-0. Popped up, first baseman makes the play. Well, we've seen it, 5-hitter and 4-hitter both get a green light at 3-0, and again, given the way they've been hitting the ball this year and the runs they've scored, I get it.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. That's just bad luck there, right? A weak fly out to the first baseman on a 3-0 count by your 4-hitter, but the fact that the coach gave the 3-0 green light, I don't mind that at all.
So here's Brewer. Brewer, a base hit last time up, forced out at second base.
Greg, I really like Will behind the plate. She moves well, doesn't let a lot of balls get by her, likes to throw the ball. Really good back there.
Foul tip. Yep, runner heading, but stop. That's foul ball.
That's a good rip there by Kendall Brewer. She did not get cheated on that swing. My guess is you probably want to stay on the outer half here to Kendall Brewer. If you come into her, she looks like she's going to do some major damage.
You were saying?
There you go. Pitch on the outside corner.
1-2 the count.
That's the old kind of baseball, softball adage, hard in and soft away, and that one was an off-speed pitch away from the left-handed hitter.
So at 1-2, what are you throwing here?
I would go right back to that off-speed pitch away.
Said it was a fastball in her half and turned down the line. 3-2 North Putnam in front. Brewer has her 15th RBI of the season.
That ball got past the first baseman in a blink of an eye. That ball was smoked. Yep, and fastball in her half, and she turned on it and got herself an RBI.
So Brewer 2 for 2. Here's Schmitz. Reached on one of the pair of fielder's choice. Actually, there were 3 of them last inning. Would come around to score. So North Putnam has plated a run in each inning of this game. That was about a 28-footer on that one. Distance now 43 feet from the pitching rubber to home plate. What a difference that 3 feet has made.
When did they make that switch, Greg?
About 10 years ago.
Okay. What, 46 to 43 then?
40 to 43.
I'm sorry, 40 to 43. Went back some. That's
Yep.
right. That's right. I'm thinking Little League baseball again with 60-foot bases, which are the same,
yep.
and then 46-foot mound.
Yep. 155.
I could not imagine facing some of these ladies at 40 feet. That's not fair.
This one got past the pitcher, got past the shortstop. It'll be a base hit.
Good piece of hitting there by Briley Schmitz. I talk about it all the time to my high school guys. There are a lot of hits in the middle of the baseball field. Everyone wants to get so pull happy all the time, but if you use the middle of the field, normally good things are going to happen.
Take a look. Just that reaction play, diving up from the shortstop, couldn't make it. Seeing eye single.
343.
Here's Miller.
Come on. All right. Go. Get your head
One of those fielder's choices last time up. Outside corner fastball for a strike.
Carissa Miller got a taste of her own medicine right there. Fastball on the outside corner, which she's been doing a lot to the South Putnam hitters.
Miller, again, the pitcher today. One of 3 that North Putnam has used this season. Best batting average of the starting 9 today at 522. Ground ball, shortstop, tags, and then throws to first. Couldn't make the play in time, but heads up play by Pastelli.
Really was. Just a nice job. She got there right in time to make the tag and get the out.
Runners at first and second, but 2 down. Let's take a look.
She picks it up, gets a tag on Kendall Brewer before she can get by her, and then makes a snap throw to first base and just misses Miller for a double play.
Foul ball. Here's Willis, the shortstop. 0 for 0, the fielder's choice last time up. Quick conversation between Kyla and Coach on the third base line.
Kyla with a smile on her face after the talk. I think Coach told her hit one out. Let's see what Kyla does here.
She's done that one time this year. And again, the conditions are aiding that today.
No kidding.
We've not seen much elevated.
We haven't.
Hey, make a play.
That one gets away from, again, a pitcher more so than the catcher. And
yeah, again, nothing Will can do with that.
a free 60 feet for all those involved. Count of 1-1. This one lifted.
Uh-oh.
Right fielder can't make the play. That'll plate 2 runs. Willis stops at second. Freeman just could not line that one up. So a 2 RBI double for Willis, and it's now 5-2 for North Putnam.
I think that's one that Freeman would like to have back.
Right.
If you drop your head and take a couple hard steps back, you make that play and you're out of the inning. Instead, it gets over your head and 2 more runs on the board.
232.
Here's Stacks. Smikes this one. Center fielder has it lined up. Catch is made. Inning is over. And after putting a 1 on the board in innings 1 and 2, Cougars erupt with 3, including a 2-out, 2 RBI double by Willis. To the bottom of the third. Looks like a new pitcher is going to be coming in for North Putnam. We'll tell you about that when we come back. Presented by Endeavor Communications. You're watching high school softball here on the ISC Sports Network. The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score.
South Putnam will send batters 4, 5, and 6 through this time. Pitching change coming up here for North Putnam. Kincaid will come in from right field to be the pitcher. And again, as we said, well, this is a big game from a rivalry standpoint, big game from a conference standpoint, the Western Indiana Conference. This is the 3rd of 5 that are scheduled to be played this week for North Putnam. So I figured you might see a bit of an all-staff day today.
Lots of action this week.
I'll tell you about Ms. Kincaid's stats. She and Brewer are the other 2 pitchers for North Putnam, and their stats are virtually identical. Kincaid is 2-1 with a 3.44 ERA. Kincaid has thrown 20 and a 3rd innings pitched. She has now pitched in 8 of the 10 games this year for North Putnam. She has walked 6 and she has struck out 15. She has thrown 20 and a 3rd innings, and opposing batters are hitting .236 against Kincaid on the year.
Gotcha.
Isn't it amazing that we have those stats available to us for high school athletics?
It's unreal. great thing, that's for sure.
God bless the folks at Max Preps. Make our job significantly easier, and thank you to coaches who keep those stats up to date for
that's
us.
Right. That is correct.
Here's Leonard. Bases loaded, bases on balls last time.
Wow.
Smack to third base, well done by Schmitz. And that is a very important put-out because the most potent bat in the lineup sees one pitch and makes the about face to the dugout.
Yeah, Schmitz has been just terrific at third base thus far with some hard hit balls at her, and she gets down on him, makes a play, and makes strong throws over to first base. Really good so far.
Here's Pastelli, struck out last time up.
Yeah, Pastelli is checking out her wristband to see if there's anything on right now.
Swing and a miss. By the way, Miller goes 2 innings, has 2 strikeouts. She walked 2 batters. She allowed 4 hits in the 12 batters she faced. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string that time, did Kincaid.
And more importantly for Carissa Miller, she leaves the game with a 5-2 lead.
That's my partner's way of saying she is set up to be the potential winning pitcher in today's game.
There you go.
And oftentimes that's a swing and a miss by Pastelli. There's 2 now. So she's a strikeout victim for a second time against as many pitchers. But, you know, if you feel you've got 2 or 3 pitchers that are rather similar, I guess this is an interesting way to kind of work it where you say, you know what, you're going to throw 2, you're going to throw 2. In other words, you're giving them something different to see every plate appearance.
I will tell you what, Greg, it's interesting you bring that up.
Jackson watches that one go by.
The high school team I'm working with, Clayton Richard, our new head coach, because we have a lot of pitchers that are very similar, he's doing the same thing. So really each pitcher gets through the lineup one time, and then we bring in a new guy. And it makes it tough on hitters.
That misses. 2-0 the count.
2 balls.
My partner Chris, a volunteer assistant. I'm sure his talents merit him being a paid assistant, but a volunteer assistant with the Lafayette Jeff Broncos in terms of baseball.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate him carving out some time for us today. That sails in for a strike.
Relax, hit your ball. You're good. Base hit.
J.C. Jackson flew out to the second baseman her first at bat.
Chase that one. And a potential 1-2-3 inning. 2-2 the count.
Greg, this kind of looks like, it almost feels like a late fall kind of football game day in Indiana.
And a beautiful job of, again, you could see the grip as she hurled at the changeup, and Jackson could not stop her swing. And for the first time for either side today, a side is retired in order. We are now through 3 here at South Putt with the road team leading by 3 on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa, from last to fast, and wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
We cannot thank our friends at Endeavor Communications enough for having us here in West Central Indiana for spring sports. And again, it is great that we are able to showcase these athletes. And at a school of this size at North Putt South, but a lot of these ladies are going to play volleyball or run cross country or play basketball or swim, whatever the case may be. But oftentimes, you know, we'll televise football and basketball, but the spring athletes don't get that same attention. Courtesy of the folks at Endeavor, they do. This is our first of 4 scheduled broadcasts of baseball or softball this year here in this pocket of the world, Putnam County, Morgan County, etc., into Owen County as well. And I want to thank all the good folks at Endeavor Communications that make that happen for us. Now, pitching change here for South Putnam. So again, they will go now with Leonard as their pitcher after Jackson went the first 3 innings. And those two will simply swap positions, and we expected that would happen at some point today.
You know, Greg, you mentioned something earlier about a lot of these young ladies out here playing multiple sports. It's interesting to me to see it so much in the smaller schools. You see more multi-sport athletes than you do in the larger schools, right?
Having grown up as a 3-sport kid in a class of 29 students, it was just, hey, you're playing something this season. What are you playing?
But I just don't like the fact that it's – I love that, and some of the bigger school athletes don't get a chance to do that, or they just don't do it, right?
Here's where I think there are certain sports where it's more prevalent than others.
Mm-hmm.
This one sails out of the zone. 1-1 the count. By the way, 18 batters faced in 3 innings for Jackson. 5 runs all earned, 6 hits. Did have a walk and struck out a batter as well.
So I'm going to say this, talking about multi-sport athletes. I wonder if Ashley Weir, with her number 77, is a Dallas Mavericks basketball fan with
I think that's
Mr.
for Luka.
Luka. Yeah, I mean, I wonder. She looks like she can be a point guard herself, right?
This one, slat foul. Well, unfortunately, I did not have the North Putnam Cougars in girls basketball this year, so I can't give you an intelligent answer on that.
We're going to find out. There's some people out here that can help us out, I'm sure.
Give me a half inning. I'll get to work on it. Count it 1-2. Weir has singled and walked, scored a run, stole a base. Watches that one go by. 2-2 the count. Well, of course, you also have players that play travel softball, travel baseball, and you get to see some funky numbers in
yes, you
some
do.
of those teams as well.
Yes, you do.
2-2. Full count.
Well, even look now, I mean, a lot of these baseball and softball teams normally have a 99 on them. And Aaron Judge is making that pretty popular.
You don't think that
Yankees.
credit belongs to So Taguchi?
The greatest name ever.
And that is a strike called, and Weir watches that one go by. Strike number 3. So first batter face, a backwards K for Leonard. And there's one away. So Hoops, who was 0 for 2, had a productive ground ball out in the first inning and struck out in the second. It was a foul tip back in the mitt that ended the scoring threat with the bases loaded in the second inning.
Tell you what, Greg, Leonard's bringing it. She's got some velo on that fastball.
2-0 the count. It's pretty much been a steady diet of the fastball, just about where it's located.
Yes, sir.
So far for Leonard. That's in for a strike. Count it 2-1. By the way, our research staff says yes, that Ashley Weir, basketball player at North Putnam High School.
But not
well,
number
you can't wear 77 in high school hoops.
Ah.
That number was kind of outlawed back in the 40s and 50s.
Gotcha.
This one, right field. That ball's going to carry. Right fielder couldn't get to it. Off the base of the wall. It's at least 2. She'll stop right there.
Now that is a tremendous swing by Samantha Hoops. You're talking about taking a ball the other way with some authority. This ball is just hammered over the right fielder's head, hits off the base of the wall, and Samantha Hoops is in with a stand-up double.
And again, that was into that at least 2 club win that we have right now that helped carry that ball to the base of the fence. So here's Kincaid, who doubled and scored last time up. Now the pitcher turns on this one foul. Now you reference that number 77. If you look at these old school high school basketball pictures, you'd have a lot of teams that have their numbers be like 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, etc. But I'm not sure exactly when. I think sometime from the 50s onward had to be 55 or lower. And you couldn't have 6, 7, 8, or 9 in your number.
And that's easier for the officials to signal
fouls.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It was just in the last maybe 10 to 15 years you could have numbers 0, 1, or 2.
Huh.
Kind of started at 3 in most schools. Elevates this one. Popped it up. Center fielder coming in makes the play, and no advance with the catch made some 30 feet away from second base for Hoops, and there's 2 down. So here's Williams.
Nice job there by Pilcher running in, making the play, keeping the runner Samantha Hoops at second base.
Williams popped up to the first baseman on a 3-0 count last time up. And a hard hit ground ball to third baseman the time before that. So the cleanup hitter batting .517, 0 for 2 today. And fastball right at the hands. Nothing she can do with that. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, said the 4-0 hitter hitting .517, which tells me she's probably going to do some damage here.
If you're 0 for 2, you're due, right?
That's right.
This one misses off the outside corner. South Putnam trying to put a 0 on the North Putnam side of the ledger for the first time today.
Be a big momentum boost for the Eagles if they can do that.
High and inside. Delayed decision to steal, and I like that, frankly.
I love it.
And again, it helps when you have a rather tall target. You're trying to steal third, and you've got a right-hander on that side of the diamond. Kind of sets a screen for you.
Absolutely.
Well done.
It was well done. And you could see Will kind of jump up because she was fooled by the delay.
Let's also talk about time and place. 2 outs.
Absolutely.
Take the chance.
Yep.
Williams, late decision to swing. Sprays that one foul. Even that had some serious carry to it.
Yes, it did.
2-2. Get it in here. Thank you. Thanks, kid.
You can see Will's got her sunglasses on inside that mask there.
44.
Rather optimistic. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop's got it. Fires over to first. Inning is over. And South Putnam able to work around the 1-out double authored by Hoops. We're halfway through. 5-2 for the visitors. North Putnam leads it. You're watching high school softball presented by Endeavor here on the ISC Sports Network.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. That's the finish.
You get a layup taken and an and one. Fans bundled up. As my partner said, this feels like, well, we're in Putnam County. Monon Bell Classic weather here on the ISC Sports Network.
There you go.
This year's Monon Bell Classic, even though it feels like weather we would have for it today, is, about 7 months away. About 5 or 6 miles as I point off camera to the north in Greencastle. Featuring Wabash and DePaul. Such a thrill to have that on our airwaves for the first time in November.
Wabash and DePaul.
DePaul led that game 21-0, and Wabash came back to win it. Here, take a look at the well-used space here at North Putnam. To some degree, this is like Rebuff High School that you and I were at last year.
That's right.
Where the baseball field and softball fields share a wall. You and I did Greencastle and Rebuff last year, sectional opener.
And if I remember correctly, is it the
it's right center field in baseball and left center in softball.
That's right. That's right.
So somewhat similar to here.
Yep.
Only difference is that our center field camera position was the football press box.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it kind of threw me off as I drove in here today. I had asked a young lady where the softball field was because I didn't know that we're kind of sharing a fence out here.
7, 8, 9. Pilcher, Will, and Freeman. Trio due up here for South Putnam. Pilcher drew a walk last time up. That was good enough to bring in an RBI, but she finds herself in an 0-2 predicament. It's Kincaid on for her second inning of work, and she's retired the first 3 batters she's faced.
Just looking at that, South Putnam sent 8 batters to the plate in the first, and then the next 2 innings, 3 batters each.
Kind of wasted that one at 0-2. By the way, that Brebeuf program has the top pitcher in the state at the high school level this year.
They call him Duke.
Andrew Duke-Kanich.
Impressive right-handed pitcher, flamethrower.
Headed to Vanderbilt.
Going to Vandy, gonna be a Vandy boy.
And there was not flame on that one. It was quite the opposite. It was polar on its way to home plate. But a strikeout nonetheless. That's 3 in a row authored by Kincaid, and there's one away. Our ISC cameras were last at Brebeuf High School for their sectional opener.
Yep.
A victory against West Lafayette. And by the way, congratulations to my buddy Todd Howard, who I say congratulations because it was his decision, announced he was walking away from Brebeuf High School yesterday after 8 years as the boys basketball head coach. 3 sectional titles, including this year. Here's Will. He was a strikeout victim last time too. 5 strikeouts in total. And 16 batters to the plate today for South Putt.
Ooh.
Off speed that hopped to home plate, but ball hit the bat of Will.
Yeah, Will was fooled by that one. She didn't want to swing at that, kind of committed to it. Couldn't hold off.
Made contact to stay alive that time. You'd have needed a certain degree of pitching wedge to hit that one.
Yeah. Tell you what, my pitching wedge, my game is not very good.
Swing and a miss. That would have been a strike 3 if she had not offered at it. Make it 4 consecutive Ks. Now for Kincaid, and there are 2 down.
Kincaid is dealing right now, as they say.
She is living up to the first letter of her last name currently.
Right.
Here's Freeman. Ground ball to shortstop in her last plate appearance. This marks the 2nd trip through the South Putnam lineup. Ground ball, pitcher's got it, over to first base, and that is now 7, make it 8 successive batters retired by North Putnam pitching. We are through 4 here at South Putnam. 5-2 Cougars lead, presented by Endeavor. You're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Coming up this weekend on the ISC Sports Network, we are thrilled to have the Midwest Challenge on our airwaves for the first time. Put on by the folks at Prep Ball Stars and Anthony Leach. This is an all-star event featuring some of the top high school boys basketball players in the state of Indiana as they compete against teams from Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin. The action starts Saturday at Pike High School at 10 a.m. You can see it on ISC TV. Pay-per-view online at ISCSportsNetwork.com and available in both Indiana and Michigan on Comcast 81 and Comcast 900, respectively.
That ought to be a lot of fun. See some pretty good players, I'm guessing.
Tayshawn Comer, Jackson Edwards from the Cathedral State Champs, Pete Suter, Charlie Williams from Carmel from last year's state champs. Leland Walker, the former North Central Panther, will be a part of that game as well.
Wow.
It is a star-studded lineup.
No kidding.
First pitch to Brewer, misses high. Brewer, a pair of base hits, an RBI as well. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third for the Cougars. A 0 on the board in the 4th inning. For South Putnam, both their runs coming in the first. That misses low, 2-0. South Putnam has yet to score since that time.
Let's see if Leonard learned from the last at-bat. They came with a fastball inside to Kendall Brewer, and she just smoked it down the first base line.
Should get a good pitch to hit here at 2-0.
She should.
sprayed it foul. This is the 5th batter that Leonard has faced. She came on in the 4th inning. Allowed the double on the inside-out swing by Hoops, but worked a pop-up, a ground ball, and a strikeout around that. The 2-1. You and I haven't lost our reflexes.
No, that's right.
Now making an actual play is a different story, but putting the hand up, we got it.
I was just thinking, foul ball comes this way, do I really want to catch it? Because it's
Well,
kind of chilly.
And anything with significant sauce would be deflected by the fence.
That's right.
We're going to get the candy corn variety
That's
back
right.
here.
That's right.
3-1. And this one laced but foul, and we'll do it again with a full count.
Let's go. 3-2.
Good battle going on right here.
This is heat versus heat.
That's right.
Brewer, the number 5 hitter. Schmitz and Miller, the duo to follow. This one smoked, but at the center fielder. That's Pilcher. And that is a hard hit first out of the inning for North Putnam and first out of the game for Brewer.
There has to be some kind of rule in baseball and softball that gives the batter some form of credit for hitting a ball that way. I know it's an out, but I mean, as a hitter, there's times you can do everything right, and you're out before you even step out of the batter's box.
That's why 300 makes you an all-star.
No kidding.
1-0 the count. Here's Schmitz, has reached base twice. Only North Putnam player to score twice so far in today's game. Singleton scored last time up. And this one,
nice
another
play.
hard hit ball, but an Adam ball yet again. This one back to the pitcher, and there's 2 down.
Just a really, really good job of reflexes by Sabrina Leonard there. Just kind of sticks the big glove out, lands right in the glove, makes a throw to first base for the 2nd out of the inning.
Sometimes the ball finds you.
That's right.
Here's Miller. Reaching a pair of fielder's choices and scored once. Began the game as the pitcher with the first 3 innings. Off the end of the bat, foul ball. Jackson didn't have time to make that play in fair territory.
Come on, stay in it. Let's go.
Never a lack of energy in the dugouts at a softball game,
No.
Greg.
I tell people, I said, I have as much fun broadcasting softball as any other sport that I do.
I'm with you.
Slow roller, shortstop. Can she get Miller at first?
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh.
Close. Close, but not in time.
Really, really close play there. But again, I want to give credit to Pistelli there at shortstop. That's just, she ranges in the hole at short, gathers herself, makes a good throw over to first. Yeah.
Very close.
You're being nice, so I'll go with very close as well.
We have a significant umpire shortage in this state. Very
right.
close play.
There you go.
So here's Willis. Pistelli's getting another chance. Goes the short way, and no doubt about that one.
Yep.
Inning is over. So a 2-out single that North Putnam can't do anything with, and we speed along to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Score remains 5-2 in favor of the Cougars. You're watching, presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Thanks to our friends at Endeavor Communications, WeEndeavor.com is where you can always find out more information. Ridiculously fast internet speeds and a multitude of other tremendous services from our friends at Endeavor Communications. Folks, we are already laying out the football schedule with our friends at Endeavor for the upcoming season. Was talking to my buddy Anthony Calhoun out at the Colts Complex today about the high school football schedule with our partners, Wish TV and My Indy TV in Indianapolis. Today is April 20th, right?
It is.
So 4 months from yesterday, first day of the high school football season.
Wow.
Yep. Moves fast, does it not?
Yeah.
First pitch swinging, this one wrapped foul. This is the leadoff hitter.
I guess I love my football. I'm just not ready for that part of the year yet.
Well, I went to my first kind of off-season press conference that the Colts had today. I shouldn't say first off-season press conference. First, this is the first week of what are called the OTAs, the organized team activities. About 8 or 9 weeks worth of these in the National Football League. And as I'm seeing my colleagues at 56th Street, I go, are we ready for this again? Weren't we just here 3 months ago?
No kidding.
Here's Pastelli. Liner, second baseman, catches it. Been a busy day over at the second base bag for Stacks, and there's one down.
And you're talking about seeming like you're just dealing with the Colts. I mean, think of how the Bengals and the Rams have to feel. I mean, it just ended, right?
As a Colts employee, I'd rather not think about that. But you make a very legitimate point. So here's Klein. And for example, Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams, did not come to the combine here in Indianapolis for that reason. It's like, hey, I have to get away.
I need a break. No, I hear you.
And they knew they would trade away their draft picks for free agents anyway, so it didn't bother. 1-0 the count. Make it 2-0 now. Klein singled and scored back in the first. In fact, the first 4 batters would reach for South Putnam. First 2 would score. They have not scored a run since. They left the bases loaded as that's in for a strike. 2-1 the count. Left the bases loaded in the first. Since that time, they have had 1 base runner.
Wow.
That was a single by Pastelli in the second.
Huh.
Off speed and a beauty.
That was a great pitch right there. It's tough to hit. I've always been amazed by the changeup. I mean, changeup in baseball, I still believe is the most illegal pitch in baseball. But in softball, it's just even worse. I mean,
comes back with a fastball. Good job to stay alive by Klein. Count goes to 2-2. Folks, can you tell that my partner was not a pitcher but an outfielder, was a hitter? By his comments there.
No love lost for those pitchers, that's for sure.
As I talk about the beauty of the pitch, calls it illegal.
It should be, I should say it should be illegal.
Liner. 2-2. Good battle here by Klein.
And there it was again. They try to sneak that pitch by Klein, but she's able to keep her bat in the zone long enough to foul it off to give herself another chance.
Mention the fact that North Putnam turns on and plays tomorrow against Danville. This one, first baseman's got it. Brewer steps on the bag, and there's 2 down. After today, South Putnam at least gets a couple of days off. They will take on the Eels of Clay City.
Eels.
Coming up on Saturday.
Wow.
There are 2 schools in this vicinity with the nickname of the Eels. Eminence is the other that we will also showcase from time to time on the ISC Sports Network. Would you like to know why that nickname is prominent here?
Please let me know.
Because the Eel River runs through this area. Hence, you have 2 high schools with the nickname of the Eels.
Okay.
Ground ball. Shortstop's
Nice
got
play.
it. Takes a moment to gather herself. Dooley is retired, and it is now 11 consecutive batters retired by North Putnam pitching. 9 up, 9 down for Kincaid in relief. Through 5 at South Putt. Eagles trail by 3 here on the ISC Sports Network.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Oh, look at, you can see the road signs for yourself. The National Road, US 40, that is going left to right, across your screen, if you will. car that's heading down the hill going north on US 231. That's the way that Chris Walker will head home this evening from here.
That's right.
A couple more innings of work, if you want to call it that, left for us here on ISC. Courtesy of our friends at Endeavor Communications. WeEndeavor.com always has more. So 9-1-2. Stacks, who is 0 for 2, but has been outstanding in the field today. First pitch swinging. It's like these ladies are aware that this field does not have lights.
Yes.
One down.
Yes, they are playing this game like they have a lot of homework to do this evening.
You have done enough games with me to know that my favorite phrase of that ilk is they are playing like they are renting the facility.
That's right.
We had a college softball game this weekend where I thought an umpire believed he was running the facility. So I made an Eric Gregg reference about a strike zone during the broadcast.
Oh, no, you did not.
I did, God rest his soul. That one's by, not the current umpire, but Eric Gregg. That one's in for a strike, 0-1 the count.
Was that the Levon Hernandez game, I think, with Eric Gregg?
1997. Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Had a strike zone as big as Joe Robbie Stadium that night. Weird offers at that one. That counts as a strike, 0-2 the count. So we've worked our way forward from the 1991 World Series to the 1997 World Series.
We're getting there.
We're almost in this millennium. Almost. Well, fourth trip through the lineup here for North Putnam. And that one wasted. We're struck out looking last time up. That was the first batter that Leonard faced. This is her second trip now through the lineup. And Leonard has allowed 2 base hits.
And Leonard was able to get Weir on an outside fastball. Let's see if she goes back to that pitch here in this at-bat. Tried.
Yep. We're a single and a run scored and a stolen base. As we mentioned, this is a North Putnam team that came in with 54 steals on the season. They have not been in as many running scenarios to have had 2
Correct.
stolen bases today. They have taken the base when the opportunity has been there. 1-2. Strike 3. That ball has had a little bit of dip at the end of it to bring it back in the zone. Second time that Weir's been caught looking. 2 down.
It's a really good pitch there. Tough to hit even if you swing at it.
3-2-4.
Here's Hoops. She's got one of those stolen bases. She also has one of the 3 extra base hits today for North Putnam. That misses high.
Yeah, I thought that was Samantha Hoops, who had the very beautifully executed delayed steal from second to third when she's on base the last time.
That is correct. She's 1 for 3. Oh, thinks about putting the bunt down, but again, that's just a read off where the third baseman is or where the first baseman is if you can push it down the first base line. Hoops has the full facial gear on the helmet as well.
Yeah, you like to see that in those kind of situations. If that ball's up by the head, you never want to see anyone get hit in the face or in the head.
Turns on this one. Shortstop charges. Hoops flying down the line, but got her by half a step. And North Putnam is retired in order, and that is the first time that has happened today. To the home half of the 6th we go. Score remains 5-2, presented by Endeavor here on the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is good.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That it is. Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Welcome back on the ISC Sports Network. Greg Straw, Chris Walker with you. He and I again together again on Monday. Baseball presented by Endeavor Communications. Scheduled to have Owen Valley against Monrovia. That is a 5 o'clock first pitch, as it is scheduled for now.
And as you said earlier in the broadcast, weather permitting.
Yep. The early forecast for Monday is not good. We're 5 days away, so always subject to change.
There you go.
So here's Leonard. She has pitched very well. Each of the second pitchers have been fantastic. And I don't think the first pitchers were all that bad.
No, they weren't. But I think both second pitchers, what they've done a little bit differently is they really attack the strike zone. And as a lot of coaches will say, you live in the strike zone, good things are going to happen. Pitcher Sabrina Leonard stepping up to the dish right now.
It's in for a strike. And Leonard 0 for 2, and we said she was hitting .647 to start the day.
Wow.
And those stats are through the first 6 games of the season for South Putnam. That still catches your attention. She's 0 for 1. She walked in the first and has an RBI. Pop up, center fielder. And had some carry to it, but well in front of the wall. And make it now 12 consecutive Eagles have been retired as outs after they had 5 reach in the first inning and 2 come around to score.
Just really, Grace Kincaid has really come in and just really shut the door.
Here's Clara Pastelli. She has struck out twice today. Want to know the count?
Good job by Williams back there, the catcher, trying to bring that low ball up and present it as a strike. It was really, really well done there by the catcher.
Two balls.
2-0.
Deep breath, relax.
That hits the inside corner. Pitcher's pitch at 2-0.
Yes, it is.
Get it early, you're good.
A lot of movement on that pitch.
Yep. I think it's where he hits the front corner of the plate.
There you go.
There can be some break after that point. Ground ball, shortstop. Pastelli hustling down the line, but again, another play is made. That's Willis. We talked about the infield defense today, and I was looking up at every chance has been handled well.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit off air. I mean, this infield defense by these ladies today has been superb.
You want to put the broadcaster jinx on it now or wait till the next inning?
Hey, I think they can overcome the broadcaster jinx the way they've been playing.
All right, the broadcaster jinx in this case would be there has not been an error made in today's game.
There you go.
Now, there's been a couple of plays that are fielders' choices that are not errors.
Mm-hmm.
These both happened early in the contest. 2-0. And there's a couple of plays in the outfield maybe afterwards say, hey, I should have made that play.
Right.
But when you don't get a glove on it, those don't go as errors.
There you go.
Here's Jackson, began the day as the pitcher. Now the first baseman, off speed misses, and Kincaid finds herself in a 3-0 scenario. And again, she has not allowed a base runner since coming on in the 3rd inning. Danger of doing that here. And does. 4-pitch walk.
I was going to say that I don't remember very many counts that Emma, that she's gotten to a 3-0 count.
Right.
She's gotten to a couple of 2-0 counts, was able to battle back, but didn't see many 3-0 counts from her.
This is the first base runner since the 2nd inning for South Putnam.
Wow.
Here's Pilcher. She walked and struck out in her 2 previous plate appearances. She has made several solid plays in center field as Pilcher. She has filled at her position perfectly well today.
Sorry, I called her Emma Williams. That's Grace Kincaid in on the mound. She's been really sharp here today.
At 11.
Ball fouled back, 1-1 the count. Who do the Broncos have next?
We play, actually it's Lebanon tomorrow at Loeb Stadium.
Good news is their college prospect now plays for the University of Cincinnati, so.
Playing well for Cincinnati.
Ground ball could be trouble. Third baseman charges, fires, gets her by a step. Well done by Schmitz. Another 0 goes on the board. We are now through 6 here in South Putnam. Insurance run time for the Cougars. They lead 5-2. Presented by Endeavor on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Kincaid, Williams, and Brewer. The trio of Cougar players due up here in the top half of the 7th inning. This has been kind of a play in 2 acts. It was 5-2 after 2.5 innings. It is 5-2 in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah.
And again, the relievers have come on and have been dominant.
That's right.
That is Leonard that you see there that is on for her 4th inning of work. She has worked around 2 base hits so far, while striking out a pair of batters.
Yeah, Sabrina Leonard and Grace Kincaid have really been good since coming to the pitcher circle.
Kincaid doubled and scored back in the 3rd. And all the runs for North Putnam have, came from their first 3 trips to the plate. First pitch of ball. That hits the upper corner of the zone. 1-1 the count. This game about the hour 35 mark at this juncture.
Moving at a good clip, which I should never say.
This one smoked, but yet again, there's Pilcher. So Pilcher with the putout. That has been a rather common refrain today. And there's one down.
Good look at Sabrina Leonard there.
4-4-5.
And to get up off my bleacher seat to track down my errant pen. His first error of the day. E on the broadcaster. Ground ball. Third baseman. Another perfectly handled chance. And Williams, unfortunately for him, is going to hurt that average today. She's 0 for 4. 2 down. I'm sure she will gladly trade that for a 7th win of the season and a conference and county win as well.
That's right. Nice play by Denise Klein over there.
Here's Brewer. 2 singles and a run batted in. Tattooed one to center field that Pilcher was able to snare her last time up. Winds have died down just a bit, as they often do in the evening time.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say that, the flag laughs at me as it picks back up out towards right center field.
352.
Right here, 1-4, come on, Dad. Give me one.
Wicked movement late on that ball.
It's a good pitch there by Leonard.
That looked like a rise ball, which is why Brewer laid off of it. And as she committed to not swinging, the ball dipped.
Mm-hmm. So Brewer's thinking about trying to get one up in this wind.
That misses low. 2-1 to count. And let's thank our fantastic ISC Sports Network crew, Rob Lynch, Becca Kelly, Eldon Wheeler, Henry Tegler, Sean Walker. Dennis Glover's playing hurt today. We appreciate that. He's about to go on the 15-day disabled list, so we appreciate his efforts. And Biggie, Alan Hughes. Strike called. Again, pitcher's pitch. Now 2-2.
A lot of movement on it.
And again, you see that it looks when she catches out of the zone, it's front corner of the plate.
That's right, and it's crossing that front corner of the plate.
And it has been a very consistently called zone today.
Yes, it has.
Nothing there. 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Very well done by the home plate umpire today. And as a hitter or pitcher, all you can ask for is a fair and consistent strike zone, and he's giving them that today.
Payoff pitch. Popped it to home plate. So that's the first walk that has been issued since Leonard came into the game. And North Putnam's going to bring in a pinch runner here in this scenario. Layla Hasser will come in, and I would assume that Brewer then will re-enter in the bottom half of the 7th. So Hasser, the courtesy runner. First substitute we have seen on either side today. Part of that is because the two teams dressed a combined 25 players today. 14 for North Putt, 11 for South Putt.
Show up and you're going to play.
Here's Schmitz. Hit it hard, but right back to the pitcher last time up. As a pair of runs scored in the 2nd and 3rd innings.
And she has been absolutely fantastic at third base today.
0-3-3.
Looking ahead for South Putnam, 8-9-1. Their trio of players due up next time through. Their goal was to get it to Leonard from a batting perspective. Their best hitter, who hits in the number 4 position.
1-1-4.
3 runs to get 3 outs. That's what South Putnam has in front of them. Ground ball. Pitcher's got it. Quick toss to first. Inning is over. The walk does no damage. Again, 3 runs to get 3 outs for South Putnam. They trail 5-2. Presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness.
122-60 for Penn. What a swim. 6 of them.
Plenty of space to let the little ones kind of explore the space here at South Putnam. And thanks to Troy Burgess and the good folks at South Putnam for having us out today. Thanks to the good folks at Endeavor Communications. Had several people say, hey, thank you for being here. I said, hey, thank the folks at Endeavor that allow us to be here.
There you go.
And looks like Kincaid's day is done. And like you said, there are 3 pitchers that see time for North Putnam, and they're going to get Brewer the last look of the game.
10 for 9.
Let her get the save here.
She looks like she throws gas.
Her ERA is 3.7 in that neighborhood on the season.
She's got a little personality out there because she's dancing to the Travis Scott song out there. She's got a little move going on.
I'm just impressed you know who Travis Scott is.
Well, with a 23-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 15-year-old, I better. How about that?
Well played. That's why I know who BTS is, courtesy of my 11-year-old daughter.
There you go. There you go.
I resemble that remark. So Brewer makes the move from first base, and of course she had to re-enter the game after the pinch runner came in for her. Let's give you Brewer's exact stats in the season. This is her 8th appearance. She's thrown a team-high 24 1/3 innings pitched. Her ERA is 3.74. She is 2-1 on the season. And again, she comes on in a save scenario here. Contact with a closer isn't used as much in softball as it is in baseball, but nonetheless, here you are. And that is a dart that she just threw.
Yes, it is. And it's got a little late glove side movement on it. She's going to be tough to hit.
Second verse, same as the first. 0-2. By the way, Skylar Craddock is going to appear as a pinch hitter in the next spot for Freeman. This is Will here. And again, South Putt only has 11 players in uniform due to a couple of injuries on the year. And this one, smashed but foul.
Good job by Will there, not leaving that to the umpire's discretion, fouling that ball off, because that would have been strike 3, I believe.
Hey, let's go, one. Let's go, back. Get those hips in there. Keep that head down. Let's go, one.
Just off the corner. 2 and 2. Or 1 and 2, excuse me.
Let's go, one.
A lot of times you see a lefty, again, this is more of a baseball and a softball analogy, but you just think away, away, away in terms of off speed.
Yep.
It's been away fastball so far for Brewer.
Correct. Will has worked it to a 2-2 count. Gonna get something to hit here. Catcher slides on the inside part of the plate.
Foul tip. Couldn't lay the bat off in time.
That's right.
That was really kind of the first truly different location we've seen.
I gotta believe Brewer's been our hardest thrower thus far today, because she's really bringing it.
Stay alive swing. And Will continues to battle.
Yes, she does.
Will, the only junior in uniform today. This is a team primarily of freshmen and sophomores for South Putnam. Leonard and Chloe Pastelli. 3 and 2 the count.
Really good at bat here by Faith Will.
This is where I tell you that last time we had South Putnam softball on ISC, they made a tremendous comeback to win a game in 8 innings. Looking for a repeat to history. And the leadoff runners aboard.
Leadoff walk. Uh-oh.
So again, here's Skylar Craddock. Sophomore in for Freeman, who is 0 for 2. Freeman, the right fielder. Craddock in this spot.
Ooh.
No pitch is called.
No pitch.
Yep.
I think the umpire's giving some instructions
Yep.
to the batter there.
It was about foot placement in the batter's box was
Correct.
the reason for the no pitch call.
It's a good catch by the umpire.
That's in for a strike. And I have no problem with educating while you're officiating the game at this level.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Just off the corner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Brewer continues to battle for that precise location. And again, she's throwing it where she wants to. She's moving it a couple of inches at a time.
That's right.
To see exactly what that boundary is going to be. 2 and 1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
By the way, Kincaid simply moved over to first base to take her spot.
Well, these South Putnam Eagle hitters are making her work.
Very open stance by Craddock. That's in for a strike.
Good
That's
pitch.
part of what we were talking about in terms of her front foot, her left foot. Her heel is almost out of the batter's box.
Gotcha.
Now, what's interesting is that oftentimes that leads your shoulder to opening up. It's not the case. It's kind of her lower body.
Right. Still makes it pretty difficult to hit that outside corner pitch.
Strike 3 call. Took something off to bend that in the zone, and there's one away.
Good pitch. Good call. First out of the inning. And I thought I just felt a little
You and I felt the same
sprinkle, sir. Oh, yeah. It's coming down a little harder now.
There's Pastelli in for a strike. Pastelli, a liner to the second baseman and a pair of singles today. It's been a good day at the plate for Chloe. Scored a run as well. Popped up, first baseman Kincaid makes the play, and Will just kind of instinctively went off the back from it, then realized, wait a minute, first baseman's in line of sight.
That's right.
And now South Putnam down to a final out. And we are feeling the raindrops for the first time today.
Well, the positive thing is,
Now's the time.
yes,
Just a bit high.
just a bit high.
Klein hit a dribbler to the first baseman last time up, which was Brewer, who is now in the circle. Singleton scored back in the first. Officially 1 for 3. 1-1. Again, North Putnam, they get this level of pitching, and they have the level of hitting they have. They can do some damage.
No, I'm with you.
2A.
I'm with you.
Ground ball should be it. Kincaid wins the foot race, and that is the ball game. With all the runs were scored in the first 2.5 innings of this one, then the pitching took over in terms of the relievers. 3 pitchers in the circle for North Putnam, 2 for South Putnam. It all adds up to a 5-2 victory for the Cougars. Chris, your final thoughts on this one?
Just really, a game got off to kind of a little bit of a sloppy start, and I mean sloppy, just some walks in the first inning. But give both teams' pitching staffs, the middle relievers that came in, the second pitchers for both teams, really came in and locked the game down for both their teams. So these girls they pitched well, and they played really good defense, so really impressive.
7-3 now is the record for North Putnam on the season. South Putnam falls to 4-6 in the season. Again, North Putt will be in action tomorrow against Danville. Next up for South Putnam, they will take on Clay City coming up on Saturday. With the rain on the way, we will quickly exit stage left. As always, fun to be with Chris Walker and the rest of our ISC Sports Network crew. But for now, goodbye from South Putnam. Cougars come to town and take a 5-2 victory. Presented by Endeavor Communications, we thank you for watching here on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.